What's good, YouTube? It's your man, Turn Me Up Tony, back at it with another reaction video today. So, today's topic, we got the brutal reality of modern dating today, Miami. Shout out to The Desirable Truth. This is episode 118. Y'all make sure to go check out his channel. He posts a lot of interviews about modern dating, and it be some stuff on there. It get a little crazy, but I'll let y'all be the witness and attest to this. So without further ado, make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, because we about to dive into it today. So let's get it. Hold on, let's start off. The views and opinions captured in these videos do not necessarily reflect the views of other creators. A little discretion, viewer discretion.
What's your age?
Mine, 38.
43.
And how long you been together?
5 months. 5 months.
No, me.
I feel like 5 years though.
Listen. 5 months, and you let your shorty out the house like that? Bro, Mamacita look like she really just one trip away from one of these popping out. This is crazy. This is crazy. I know y'all see the BBL. I know you see the surgery. Cool, whatever floats your boat. But women like this in Miami, bro, it's automatically red flag. Automatically red flag. Automatically. He said for 5 years. He said feel like they've been together for 5 years and they've been together for 5 months. I wonder what the hell could have happened in that damn 5 month span. But my man's iced out. He got the little Cuban link. Okay, we're gonna see how this go. I ain't gonna judge it right away. Let's see how this go.
Yeah, that's rude, but yeah, no, it does. Feels like 10 years, but yeah.
But being that you're 38 and you're 42, is this
They look good for their
relationship
age.
leading towards marriage, or is it just for the long haul?
I would answer, I would hope it is, because yeah, I do love him.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm proposing to her soon.
When it comes on to proposal, is it about the man and when he's ready, or is it about the woman?
No, it's about her. It's about how I feel for her. So I'm proposing. This is my love of my life right here.
That's gonna be the love of your wife, and she damn near naked. She out here got a titty slipping out right now, and this is the love of your life. Excuse my French, but I gotta call it out as it is. That's crazy. You ain't about to be my wife. You going out the house like that. You could say I'm insecure. You could say whatever the case may be, but listen, modesty is honesty. Listen, women dressed like that, you gotta present yourself to me, not the rest of the world. I get it. We live in this most liberated culture where you could dress and feel how you want to feel. That's cool. But when I'm talking about marriage, it's gonna have to come with some rules and regulations. This right, it's not it. I know my man's got a couple peaks in from this. Like, it's exposed, and it don't help that she already got the BBL in the back. And listen.
She changed my life.
Yeah.
She changed my
By the
life.
way, they do look. They're a beautiful couple. Young. They look young. They look good together. But other than the fact, it's just come on. We gotta use our discretion.
But what do you think is going to make this relationship different than the ones y'all have experienced for the past 4 decades?
What makes it different for me? She's a beautiful woman. Not first and foremost, as you can see. Like the way she loved me is way different than any other woman ever loved me. It's not about money, and I'm very successful. I'm a 7-figure entrepreneur. So it ain't about money. It's not about luxury. It's not about none of that.
It's about money. It's about luxury. Y'all been together for 5 months, and she 38. I mean, possibly. Maybe she hit the wall. She ready to settle down, and then she came up on some guy who a man of status. Maybe he's in a lustful aspect of it, because she looked good or whatever the case may be. But I don't want to just automatically make any preconceived assumptions or nothing. But we gotta use our discretion. You're in Miami. 9 times out of 10, you met this chick in Miami, where this is their ballpark. They look for niggas that look just like you. She dealt with niggas that look just like you. So to sit there and say that, you already know. No. It could be based off money. Y'all ready to get married after 5 months? I never heard no shit like that. I never heard it. I never heard it.
That she loved me for me.
So being that you're the breadwinner as a man, does that mean that you pay for everything in this relationship?
I pay for everything. There ain't no 50-50.
Sometimes I pay for stuff. I pay for a meal now and then.
Here and there, she may pay for
But he
something,
pays
but
for everything. I think he should. He's my husband.
Why is that emphasis put on you as a man, even if she's making a lot of money herself?
listen, it's not about all. It's not
They
all
probably
about
love
me.
each other, though.
You know what I'm saying I'm in a better position, so I'm going to pay for the majority of the things. Like, if she had it, she'd do the same thing. You know what I mean, so
100%.
you know,
Yeah.
So if God forbid you lost everything today, you would come in and step up, or
Listen, 100% I'd still be there and pay for everything. Yeah, of course. I love him. I don't care if he's broke. I would never care. Maybe at first I would have, because I wanted to go into a relationship with someone quite successful, because I do well myself. But like, no, I don't give a damn if he lost everything. I love him so much, yeah.
That's what they. Of course you're gonna say that. You on an interview right now on one of the most renowned YouTube channels. Of course you're not gonna say, yeah, I'll leave him if he lost it all. Like, I mean, that's not gonna. I mean, experience is the best tester. If he actually did, that's the only way you can actually see if she's a real one or not. If the nigga did go broke by tomorrow, are you still gonna be there? The only time will tell. I mean, if he plays his card right and keep doing what he needs to do, he don't gotta worry about that. But shit, life happens. And her having the idea that happens, it seems like that's great maturity on both of their ends, on both parts, but I'm not buying it 100%. I feel like it's just for the sake of the interview and for the sake that he's right here. I don't know them personally, so I'm not going to automatically judge that. But, you know, from the patterns from a lot of people that we see, especially coming from modern dating in 2025, and you're in Miami, I don't know. My man makes 7 figures. What happens if another person could come up and can match that?
I hate saying that. It's embarrassing. Sorry.
if we were dating and a guy slid into your DMs, how would you handle it?
You got some
I
height.
wouldn't answer. And you know what? This is my case study right here. I was dating a guy, it was very public, and Lil Wayne slid in my DMs and I didn't answer.
Lil Wayne, Lil Tucci, Lollipop, 6 foot, 7 foot.
Lick me like a lollipop.
Yep.
What did he even say to you?
He sent me a rose. And then I didn't answer until I broke up with my ex.
Did he hit you back after?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Now, Tunchi, listen. How you know damn well you gonna send a woman in a committed relationship? But damn, how are you a rapper and you still get dubbed? That's kind of crazy. But, you know, I commend her for that. At least she was honest. At least she said, you know what, I didn't respond. And then when we broke up, you know, that's when I responded back. I guess I can respect it, because she could have played that a totally different way. She could have went behind his back. She could have broke up with her man for him. But it seemed like a girl who's just weighing on her options. I can't blame her. I mean, she's probably young and listen, do what you need to do. But Lil Wayne is crazy for that.
So you're telling me Lil Tucci, the main man himself, and Gabby Gons are next up on the scene?
No, not at all. He's a friend. But I didn't answer him while I was in a relationship, because if a man slides in my DMs, unless if it's a business inquiry, I'll show it to my boyfriend and I'll ask him what his thoughts are and I'll run it by him. But I would never answer a man in my DMs that has ill intentions without talking to my boyfriend.
But wait,
That's respectable.
this is
I can
Lil
respect
Wayne
that.
we're talking about.
Don't instigate and say, wait, it's Lil Wayne. Who cares? Bro, Lil Wayne hasn't had a hit since like 2008. no disrespect to Lil Wayne. He used to be one of my favorite rappers, but let's not act like, yo, that is the epitome of like, oh, it's Lil Wayne. Why not take that opportunity? Most people just don't care for that. You know, there is a lot of superficial women out there who look at that and be like, damn, you know, it's Lil Wayne. He got money, this, that, and the third. But you got a lot of women who don't care. She possibly really loved her boyfriend and just didn't care. And clearly, she didn't answer the nigga back. You know, so it's like, I don't think that should always be a rule of thumb. Like, oh, if you have some money or you have some status, you should automatically be able to just take females from their boyfriends and husbands or whatnot. Like, it's like that's played out. That's played out.
So why wouldn't you give a man who is that successful a response?
Well, it was a conversation I had with my ex, and he didn't want me to respond. And also, he just sent me a rose. It wasn't an inquiry of any sort, so it just didn't seem proper for me to answer that.
But you answered back.
Every month, this Airbnb
Wait, you hit him back after you broke up with your man, so you know that he was trying to slip through something. How would you?
I'm 34. When it comes on to dating in Miami, what do you think women are looking for here?
Money.
That's a red flag, bro. You only setting yourself up to be in a lick. Listen, OG, I'm congratulating your success. I'm happy for you that you know you're a young black man who's out here making a living for himself in corporate America, but walking around with stacks of money is not the best ideal situation in 2025, where we're in a post-pandemic. People are starving out here. That is not wise at all. You are saying, hey, I'm a target. Come rob me, please. I get it. You want to be flashy, but you can't be flashy in today's world. You got a lot of haters out there. You got a lot of people who trying to make it easy come up. You're only attracting gold diggers. You're attracting people who don't care about any of your interests or have your best interests at heart. You just care about, you're going to attract people of what you're representing right here and right now. That's a bad look. That's a bad look. I like the fit though. You know, got the, I don't know what this say. Okay. Got the pink pants. Okay. Very flashy. Very flashy. Not my cup of tea, but I can respect it. But that's a red flag. You might want to put that away on a card somewhere.
Gotta have that bag right, man. And you should have the bag right anyways, because you shouldn't be trying to date unless you got your money right. I always tell men, taking care of yourself first and then look for a woman, you know? Build a foundation.
So is that why you brought a bag of money out here?
Nigga just got the bag of money.
It's out here to show people, like, listen, this is what Miami is about. Get your money right, come out here, and then you can play, all right? Stay where you at if you ain't trying to play hard, you know what I mean?
But that's like, it's like, what do you got to stunt for? You know, people who really got it, I don't feel like they have to always go out of their way to show that they got it. Like, who you stunting from? Like, that's what you need to pull females. For a female to build a deep connection with you, you got to pull out a damn bag full of I think those are Abraham Lincolns. I'm pretty sure that he still got money though. I said Abraham Lincoln's, George Washington, right? But it's just a red flag, bro. We got to stop being superficial and stop being materialistic as if like this is the only thing that holds value in a successful relationship in today's world. It really doesn't. You're only going to attract gold diggers and you're going to attract the wrong people in your circle. You're like, I get it. You're successful, but sometimes you in today's world, you got to minimize your success. It's cool to be an inspiration to other people, but people don't like when you do this because this is like saying, hey, I got money, you're broke, and I'm here to stun on you. Like, why do you have a stack of money just out, just carrying it? That, like, in Miami. Bro, you know what type of people is in Miami? Just around the corner, you gonna run into a damn heroin addict. And you got a stack of ones, bro. Won't you go give that to the homeless? You know, how about the biggest flex of 2025 will be you giving your money to a homeless. Go give all your money to somebody in need. Then I can respect that. But sitting there just walking around with the money just to say, hey, I'm cool and I got it, I'm flashy, bro, it seems corny to me, bro, especially as a grown-ass man. Like, I get it. That's what you do. But it to me, it's just counterproductive. And going back to the last point when he said to get women in 2025, like, you shouldn't be dating unless you got money. I don't think that's true. If two people genuinely have a connection with each other, I don't think money has to be the factor. honestly, your relationships are tested the most when you actually come from nothing. You know, it holds more validity when your relationships is more predicated off of the simple fact that, hey, I can provide something, especially coming from a financial standpoint. You're setting yourself up to only have a relationship that's based on a condition. So it's sometimes it's better if two people working at Wendy's and they fall in love, and next thing you know, they grind their way to the top. It's better like that. That's not everybody's situation, but it's okay to sit there and say, hey, it's okay to date if you don't got it all figured out. We're all going somewhere in life. We all start from somewhere, and we all decide where we want to go at the end of the day. So it's all about that light at the end of the tunnel. It's all about that vision. If you can deal with somebody who at least sees where they're going, that's all that matters. It's potential. It's an investment. You don't got to have it figured all out, because if you, God forbid, if you lose it all, how would you know if your relationships had any substance to it? How you know she ain't gonna just get up and leave you for the next nigga? Y'all gotta stop making money your idol. Stop idolizing it.
How much is that in your hand right now?
It's like 150,000. Got another 150 on me in cash. So you know what I'm saying?
Surely this can't be a smart idea.
Listen, man, when you got, hey, I pay 6 figures for security every month, so they're around here.
So ultimately, if a man is gonna date in Miami, he needs to come ready to compete.
100%, because this is a big competing realm. We all beat on our chests out here. Rightfully so. You move to Miami when you want to compete, when you want to become the best version of yourself. So you have to put yourself against outside men, outside of people. You know what I mean?
You can't say competing with yourself to be the best version of yourself when you're sitting here saying, I gotta compete with other men to do so. To me, it's just corny. It's a crab in the barrel mentality. It's the capitalism, the capital greed is what's plaguing society as it is today, because everybody feels like they gotta be the honcho, the head honcho. They gotta be the top dog. They gotta be that person. Not to know that there's niggas above you that's doing way better than you. I don't see Jeff Bezos out here walking around with $150,000 on him, like, just for his own benefit. You gotta prioritize. When you actually put your money towards things that make sense, and this is not me trying to teach financial literacy and try to tell you what to do with your money, but it's just, like I said, that's counterproductive. You're walking around with $150,000, and you're proudly to say that. Now, if this nigga had a gun on you, if he would have stick you up right now and tell you, run that, he would be wrong. But sometimes you just got to make a wise decision, like, be humble. Be humble. It's okay to be like, you know what, as long as you know you got it, you got it. It's okay to have nice things, but when you do this, this is the flex culture that is plaguing us right now. This is the same shit that rappers do. We always want to one-up each other. Walking around with money just to say, hey, I got money. That's not humble. That's not humility whatsoever, bro. It's people like that is what's ruining society. So it's crazy. 6 figures for security? Won't you put that into the homeless? Bro, we in a post-pandemic. Won't you put that into research on how to cure diseases? Won't you put that into some land? Something. But just to sit there, just to do it, just to come on, bro.
And it just makes you a better person when you can out there and you can challenge yourself to say, yo, I got this.
But let's say I just moved to Miami and I had no money, no car, nothing. How would I pull a Miami 10?
Hey, listen, stay in the house, build your business, build yourself. You feel me? That's what I did. I built myself to the point where I can actually do the things I do, but stay in your own lane right now. You can't go crazy.
No. If I'm a man,
Come on.
why shouldn't I date just because I'm broke?
Man, listen, hey, sex is for poor people. You can't be out here prioritizing your time with every dame out here, because guess what? They'll drain the little money that you have and you'll be back poor again. You need to focus on yourself. Every man needs to focus on himself. That's when we make the most money, when we focus on ourselves.
So how much money should a man make verbatim before he should even think about talking to a woman?
$10,000 a month. $10,000 a month is an easy number to...
I think a man should be able to have a regular paying job where he can buy his basic necessities and take care of himself. Not you don't gotta make a damn 6 figures a year just to talk to a damn female, especially these females who don't bring anything to the table, but they just want to just drain you from all your financial gains that you worked your ass off. It's like, for what? So I'm gonna really waste my time just pulling all these 10s that want one thing and one thing only from me is money? It's like, no. I feel like, bro, dating should be for people who really want to see themselves build a long-term relationship that's not predicated off of that, bro. Like, y'all got this shit ass backwards. Y'all put too much emphasis on careers and money and finances when you have all that and you don't even know each other. You can't even vibe with each other if it's not going to the most expensive restaurants and clubs and eating out with the Joneses. Come on, you dealing with females who probably got no personalities, got nothing that they could provide for you and help you as a man other than the fact that they look good and they offer you just a good time. It's just crazy to me. Like, why do we always idolize money? Stop making money your God. It is not your God. Granted, you worked hard. We are very proud of you as a Black successful man in corporate America. We are very proud of you. But it's like, come on, bro. Like, don't sit here and make it seem like it's everything. It's any and everything. Because money is not any and everything. Money is a defense. Money is supposed to get you from point A to point B. Stop idolizing it.
If you're looking in the right areas for the actual line of work that you're trying to be in. I always tell people you can start a business, man. That's one of the most easiest things that you can do when it comes to scaling up, right? $2,500 a month, $2,500 a week is not hard to come by. You know what I'm saying? So $10,000 a month, and then you can pop out and actually afford certain luxuries for yourself so you can attract the women that you truly want to attract.
What's your
No,
age?
you're attracting the
I'm
wrong
21.
woman.
I'm 18.
And are you ladies single?
Yes, I am. 100%.
When it comes on to dating men in 2025, what problems are you
18,
running
you shouldn't
into?
even be outside right now.
Men are, can I curse? Men are sluts, they're whores, and they don't know how to settle down.
They're disloyal fucking liars that will be two-faced to you and lie to you while looking right at you.
Yeah.
Sure.
You can't project off of your own experience. I mean, what type of guys are you going after? I'm pretty sure there's some good guys out there that you're not trying to give the time of day, because you know why? You're chasing those guys who want to be promiscuous. You're chasing those guys who want to be whoremongers. So is that a you problem or is that a them problem? You can't lump every man into the same category just off of your own past experience. You know, there's men that can say the same thing. If I would have experience with a girl and she end up being a thought, am I going to sit there and say all women are thoughts just off of that past experience with her? No. Especially if I'm choosing the wrong woman. If I don't have any discernment or discretion about a person, I mean, look at the guys that you're most likely attracting. You're outside. You got your baggage hanging out. You're 18 and 21. My daughter would. I wish my daughter would. Oh my goodness. Like, so what type of men are you attracting? You looking like them GTA 5, like listen, I'm not gonna give into that. I'm not, y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah, but so don't sit here and say all men. What type of men are you attracting?
Really, not all men are like this.
We actually did get cheated on together by the same guy.
By the same guy?
Same guy.
Whoa. So walk me through how y'all even found out.
I dated a guy, and then I saw her at a party with him, and then we just started talking from there. I exposed him for all the crazy shit that he did, like fucking my best friend while I was blackout drunk next to them while we were dating. Yep.
Whoa.
Flip it.
That's the type of guys you go after. I mean, you're only going to attract what you essentially are, and you can't be mad when the roosters come home to roost. Like, it's just, listen, you are what you attract. So you at a party getting blacked out drunk, dealing with men who are just looking for the same thing, a fun time and a good experience. They're not looking for anything of value, longevity. You're not going to find your husband at a club or at a party. You know where you're, come on. That's like saying like, yo, men are not going to usually find their wives at the clubs and in the scenery out here in Miami. So it's like, what type of niggas you think you dealing with? Like, who are you looking for? And most of the guys who really would try to pour into you and actually give you the time of day and give you the long-term commitment that you're yearning for, you're just going to dismiss them right off rip. He's going to come off as corny or not as toxic. You know, I thought y'all liked toxic men. So, you know, you make your bed, you got to lay in it. I guess y'all get some type of pass because you're 18 and 21, but it's like, damn, and that is definitely a gap. 18 hanging out with a, not to say it doesn't happen and I can't, but it's like, how did that happen when y'all ended up talking to the same guy and you're like that much older than her? But anyways, that's besides the point. You know, moving on.
How do you even start a friendship from that?
Well, we took pictures together, added each other on Instagram, started DMing. I threw her birthday party at my house, and then after that, we would hang out every single fucking day of every single weekend.
But after
So best friends built off of trauma. They always say a friend comes through the midst of adversity. So it looks like, you know, you found the right one for you, sis.
you found out, did he try to get back with you?
Oh, me and him were done. We had been done since he fucked my best friend. I cheated on him because he cheated on her. So I dated him to cheat on her. It was like cheated on my best friend. It was revenge.
So wait, it was over with you and then you set him up with her?
No. I found out that he cheated on her, so I cheated on him for her because he cheated on my best friend.
I know. You can't make this up. See, it at that point, it just gives you, it just blows your mind because the amount of
You put your
toxicness
heart
that
and
goes
soul
into
into
this.
making your book. So do we.
Dated is
What's your
ruthless.
age?
30.
Are you single?
Yes.
If you were to take a woman on a first date in Miami, where are you gonna take her?
Coffee for sure. Coffee or a walk. A lot of people go to dinner dates and you're sitting across someone interrogation style. You're getting ready for 2.5 hours. You're going there. The food may not be good. There's so many different factors that can mess it up. Coffee is better because you get 30 to 40 minutes of just like really deep interaction with a person. It's way better. And for the guy, it's cheaper. For the girl, it's quick. For women, you have to be quick and efficient with your time.
So what's the most that you're spending on a coffee date here?
I mean, you're not going to spend a lot on coffee in general. Probably like max 30, 50 bucks, maybe.
What do you think?
30, 50 for some damn coffee? What kind of coffee shops y'all going to? I thought the Venti only like $6? What, $50, $30 to $50? You might as well take her ass out to dinner. Spending that much for some coffee is crazy. What they taxing that much down in Miami, bro? What's going on, bro? I didn't know the stock market was hitting that bad.
Woman in Miami watching this now would say, yeah, let's go for a coffee date.
I would say no, because a lot of women would say, oh, no, I don't do coffee dates, the whole thing. But coffee is so much better for women because as a woman, your time is so valuable. Like, you are the youngest you are in the moment you're in. You gotta preserve your time because that's correlated with your youth. So as a girl, you gotta filter out your options real quick. So coffee is so much better, but a lot of girls don't know that. They think that a nice dinner is better, but it wastes your entire afternoon and you may not even like the guy. And the worst part about it is you're going out in public in front of everyone and now you're being judged for that interaction if you don't end up with that guy. Because someone could say, oh, I saw Stacy with this guy out here, and it could mess up your reputation if you're back-to-back, date-to-date with guys you don't actually date.
If I was your man, should I have any say in how you dress when you have a girls' night?
No. I dress the same whenever I go out, so it shouldn't be my style, shouldn't be an issue.
So do you think that what you have on now is appropriate if you were in a relationship?
Yeah.
Okay.
And if it's not, then why did you talk to me in the first place if this was what I was wearing?
So you don't think that you should change your values on your partner? Be different when you're act different when you're in a relationship as opposed to when you're single?
No.
It's just common courtesy. It's just not the fact that a man is trying to be controlling and tell you what you can and cannot wear. It's just the fact that when you wear certain things, it sends a message out to people whether you realize it or not. Most niggas and most people that you come across, you're not gonna go to a high school dressed like that. You're not gonna go read story time to a bunch of third graders dressed like that. You're not going to meet your man's mom dressed like that. You're not going to go to church dressed like that. You're not going to go to any place where it's a form of just a formal and you're just meeting people, and there's like, because you're going to get judged based off of your appearance. Like, let's be real. It's not the fact that you're being controlling. It's just that sends a message. This shows like, hey, I'm available. I mess with a whole bunch of guys. That's just how it is, bro. We judge off of how people's appearance are. It is what it is. It is what it is. It's no difference if your man would have walked out the house with you and he got on basically what they would call bum attire. If he got on a damn cardigan with a beanie hat, with baggy sweatpants or ripped up jeans with some Timberland boots on, you gonna say, oh no, you're not going with me because you look like a quote unquote homeless person. You look like a bum. But listen, I can wear whatever I want if this is what makes me feel good, but it's just the perception, how people are gonna perceive you. Granted, you don't care how many perceive you, but that's just how it is. You're not gonna go to a job interview dressed like that, sis. So like I said, it sends off the wrong message to the people who are going to perceive you a certain way, because truth be told, that's what prostitutes and strippers are associated with dressing like. Don't get mad at me. I didn't make the rules. That's just how it is. You can't tell. That's just the way we've been conditioned as a society. But if you cover your garments, it's not saying that you can't dress nice, but you got everything hanging out. Of course, it's going to come across like, yeah, I'm available. I'm a thought. I'm this, that, and the third. That's the reason. So.
Because then I would be changing myself for someone else, and you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to be yourself. You see how I am. You see what it is. You came and still approached me, so it shouldn't be an issue.
But if that attracts a man when you're single, what about the respect when you enter into that commitment and partnership?
You should respect that you seen what my style was, and that is what it is. If you didn't like that, then why did you approach me?
Truth be told, most niggas that's approaching her, they just want to hit. They're not looking at you as wifey material. That's the harsh reality. We're not going to be delusional with the fact that men are going to look at you and it's going to bypass any preconceived notions that they might have about you. No. Any niggas that's going to look at you, he's going to say, okay, yeah, she for the streets. That's just the harsh reality of it. Don't blame me. That's society for you. So if you really want a good man that's going to really commit to you and who really wants to pour into you, then you got to present yourself in a certain way. Your image and how you present yourself carries a whole lot of weight. So it's no different from when you go to a job interview. It's no different from when you go to church, when you go to any of these social gatherings. How you dress sends a message out to the rest of the world. That's just how it is. So it's not the same that you can't be you. Yeah, you could be you, but you can't be mad at the men that you're attracting. You can't be mad with a nigga not putting a ring on it down the line, and you realizing, wow, I'm about to be 30 something years old and I'm still single. I wonder why. Presentation is everything.
So a man ultimately should accept a woman for...
If you want a girl who dresses a certain type of way, then go for the girl that dresses like that while she's single.
She's not wrong. She's not
I'm
wrong.
not telling you have to dress in a suit every day and do certain things, so why do I have to change?
So don't expect a woman to change for you, essentially.
In certain ways if she wants to, but personally that's just not me.
How do you feel about sex on the first night?
Personally, it's not for me, but I think everyone's different. If it's for you, that's fine. But what I'm looking for, I don't think that's just the type of person I am.
Were you ever a person for that at a point in your life?
Well, of course.
Look at the condescending smile. It's not true. Most women are going to do it if it's the right guy that they're attracted to. Let's be real. If it's some nigga who makes 6 figures, he's 6 feet tall, and he got a 6-pack, shorty, you're giving it up. Let's be real. You're giving it up. So all this like, oh, I'm not that kind of girl, and I'm not this and that. For the right men, yes, you definitely are. But for the wrong guys, for the guys that you're gonna trick on and that you're gonna make pay for your expensive dates and your expensive luxuries that you can enjoy in Miami, yes, you're going to make them wait. But the guys, the bad boys that you just keep getting your heart broken by, you're going to give it up. Let's be real.
Everyone, I feel like, or not everyone, but most people have those moments, yes, especially in your early 20s or when you first go off to college, yeah.
But how were you looking at it back then as opposed to now? What made you change your mind?
Well, I wasn't really like looking for a relationship at that point in my life after I'd gotten out of one, so it was just for fun, really. But now I'm looking for a relationship, so I treat it differently. I would never, yeah.
So how long do you typically, want a guy to wait before you let him in?
I don't know. I guess it depends. Probably a few months.
And you think that's a realistic expectation in Miami in 2025?
No.
Yeah, if they want to be with me, yeah, they'll wait. And plenty of guys have.
What's the longest you've ever?
She said plenty of guys have. Plenty of guys. Look, y'all gotta pay attention. Keyword, plenty of guys have. So she dealt with the type of guys she most likely wasn't attracted to or right off rip. So guys had to prove themselves worthy to her. And she's looking for a relationship. Remind you, she's still in her 20s. So how many niggas have you dealt with or been with? She said like she was doing that in her early 20s, but she's still in her 20s. It's not like she's in her 30s or anything. So it's like, you got a lot of questioning. How far apart was it? Was this all simultaneously happening all at once? Or I don't know.
Made a guy wait.
Probably like 6 months.
6 months.
Okay. So my question is this. Do you really think that making a... Okay. So my question is this. Do you really think that making a guy wait really changes the outcome of what the relationship would be?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Because I know people who have been with each other on the first night and they're married. It just depends, but just personally for me, I like to get to know someone, so I don't know, I guess it just depends.
What's your age?
I'm 33 in 9 days.
What's the biggest problem you run into when it comes on to dating men in Miami?
Men are very stuck, in my opinion, in the scene of Miami, and I feel like women are very easy to get in Miami. So when men are confronted with a woman that has standards and morals, they don't know how to handle that because they can easily grab any other type of woman.
That's the reason why men are there. Men are there to have a good time. A lot of men, you're in Miami. You're not looking for your wife there. Like I said, a lot of these men, they had their hard share in life, and, they stumbled across some money and success, and now they're trying to live it up like their best life. They're trying to live like the rappers, the athletes, the successful people that are portrayed and that's put in front of our eyes every second of our days on social media. And that's just the hard truth reality. It's keeping up with the Joneses. So she looked like she got standards. So she probably dealt with a lot of guys who just was like, hey, I'm trying to hit and I'm trying to call it a day. And, truth be told, a lot of men are just as bad as a lot of these modern women. Like, let's be truthful here. It's bad on both sides of the spectrum. I don't want to just make it seem like it's just modern women. Modern dating is literally goes hand in hand with both genders. It's not just one or the other. Both are the problems. So we got to come to a common ground. Get to the solution. We know what the problem is. Now, what is the solution? But yeah, it looked like it ain't too much more of this. It looked like that's the last. I don't know. I might come. Let me see.
Pretty much.
Humbly, I haven't had difficulties dating. I don't know. I've never been short, so I guess I don't know.
But being that you're 6'2" in heels, I mean, would you date a guy who was like 5'8"?
I'm confident in myself. A handsome man's a handsome man.
All right, that's a green flag. Green flag. So, Yeah, it looks like we're running out of time here. I'm about to wrap this video up. I might come through with another video. Y'all let me know what y'all think, the good people. Y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. Is modern dating going down this rabbit hole of misery and disappointment, or is it going to get better anytime soon once we finally come to our common ground and our conclusion? That's wraps this video up. I just want to give all praises to the Most High God and my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And you just tuned in with another video with Turn Me Up Tony. We're going to be reacting all 2025. So stay tuned for another video, and I'm going to see you guys soon. It's been real. Y'all have a good one. Peace.